Hi, everyone, and welcome back. I'm with Al Lennox, and Al is a National Executive Committee member for the state of California with the American Legion. We've been talking about the healthcare scandal in the Veterans Administration, and Al, this couldn't have just been something that all of a sudden got to this crisis stage.
No,
this has
no,
probably
it's
been going on for a while.
It's been deteriorating for a decade, and resignation. We had talks with him. We just felt there was nowhere to go but to instigate this issue. And you'll remember that when Commander Dan got on television from the American Legion, all of a sudden now it's out in the public light. We're out in the forefront on this issue. We were a major impetus in this becoming a national issue, if you will.
Well, it certainly has become a national issue, and where do veterans that are having problems that might just, have some problems, how do they get fast-tracked?
Well, first of all, what they need to do is they need to talk to, if they have a county veteran service officer, call your county veteran service officer. You could call the regional office in your VA. That'll be in your phone book. You could also call it here in California. You could also call the American Legion headquarters, and they can direct you.
This number here?
That's correct. They can direct you to the proper office. We have offices in San Diego, in Los Angeles, and Oakland, and we also have hospital reps in the large VA facilities. So if you call that 415-431-2400, that is our headquarters in San Francisco, but they can guide you to where you need to go.
So are they getting a lot of calls now?
We're always getting calls.
So they know what to do with it. It's not
they know
going to
what
be
to
the
do.
first
They know
phone
where to,
call.
It'll be your first, but they'll know where to direct you, and that's the key.
Right, but I mean, they're ready and they're set up to take your call and handle it.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Good. All right. That's good to hear. So we're moving on that, and we'll keep updated with you as how well that's moving. Or I'm sure we're all hearing it on the national news as well. Now let's talk a little bit about something that let's shift gears and go back to the Memorial Day celebration that we had up there at Post 108. I had a lot of people tell me they thought that was the best ever.
It was a good one. Tom, it gets better every year. That's what I honestly think. I think they're good, but every year we just seem to improve a little bit on them. We know we've been doing it a long time. You remember Don Vicini used to do it at the Rock
Yes.
in Sutter Creek, and when we moved to the new park at the American Legion Hall, it just gave us the ability to do more and more and more. And we had a wonderful turnout. We had close to 500 people. The ladies auxiliary, they tell me they fed probably 450 people. We had our supervisors there. We had our sheriff there.
Right.
Our officers of the day were Colonel Viscara, United States Air Force retired, and Colonel West, United States Marine Corps retired. Both just absolutely wonderful gentlemen. Great food, great service, and the whole point of the matter is to. What we're doing is we're remembering those that didn't come home.
It was said, a lot of emotion at that service.
You bet.
And another thing, first time I think that Tommy has gone up, Tommy, our cameraman, who went up on the top side, if you would, up there by the ambulances, and shot down, and it's beautiful footage. And that's where Susie watched it. I was wondering where Sue was. She said, I went up there and it was just a fantastic view, and she took tons of photos with her new camera.
Susie's been coming every year, so
I know.
So she knows the good spots.
All right.
She knows where to.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah, who'd have thought?
Okay. So we're going to have, it's a little early, I think, but we're going to be having one there for Veterans Day as well, correct?
Right. We have a Veterans Day service. We're having a 4th of July event this year. We'll be having just a hospitality on the 4th of July for veterans to come in and visit the post that aren't members that would like to see what we're about. And of course, we always have a Veterans Day luncheon. It's a huge event. My two favorite days of the year are Memorial Day because we remember, and Veterans Day,
Right.
Tom, because it's our day, and I know you're a vet.
Right.
So two good days of the year, and we like to share that with the community, and I think we do a pretty good job.
Now, does Post 108 have something to do? I know they certainly have a great presence, but in the parade in Jackson?
Right. We merged, or we got together, formed a little, if you will, a parade committee, City of Jackson and American Legion, and that parade is just wow. It is. I think we had a dozen events or the venues. The first parade. Now we have 50 or 60, and what a wonderful parade! I mean, if you go and watch it, the streets are lined, and Veterans Day, it's perfect. The American Legion Riders grabbed that, and they're ramrodding on it, and boy, they're doing a heck of a job.
Okay, that sounds.
Don't forget Pearl Harbor Day in December.
Right.
We remember those guys. Not too many.
Not many left.
No, not too many left, and
like when you brought up, Mr. Vicini down there at the Rock, there used to be a lot of World War II vets down there, and not too many with us anymore.
no, we were losing them. It is slowing down because we've lost so many of them, but we were losing across the country 2,500 of them a day, World War II vets. We are about to lose that generation.
Okay.
That's why we built the
Yeah.
museum at the post. We wanted to capture as much of that as we could before we lost that generation.
I'm one that likes to walk in there. I get lost in the memorabilia and
Sure.
the pictures and
Sure.
stuff, and meaning, I really enjoy looking at them and remembering. They bring thoughts back to me, and they make me swell up a little bit with pride every time I see them. And speaking a little bit about that, that's a way of making our morale raise. High morale. These kind of events.
Sure.
I remember my commander. He said, "There's nothing that builds a spirit like a parade." Even though none of us like ever getting ready for a parade or getting in a parade or whatever,
Personnel inspection before and then marching. And then,
but he was certainly
Yeah.
right when we
Yeah.
were marching, and a lot of times in towns, things like
Absolutely.
that. It was one of the biggest highs a person could have.
Americans are patriotic, Tom. They truly are. They love their country. They love their veterans. They know we put out our best effort for them, and I think that's them coming to the parades, coming to the events, and just says thank you for maybe a job well done.
Does the American Legion keep its finger on the pulse of the American serviceman today with his morale? Where do you
yes.
think it is today?
Oh yes, well
We're in service.
As a matter of fact, we're having we're researching now ways we can better serve the younger generation, because we're no longer serving 50, 60. We're serving 20-year-olds now, and we need to get better at what we know. That we need to get better at what we do. We're not resting on our laurels or letting complacency set in here. We're going to these young kids. We're saying, how can we help you get into college? How can we help you get a job? Our vocational program is expanding tremendously. We've revitalized all our commissions back at National. It was a big deal. We haven't revitalized those commissions in 40 years.
What does that mean, revitalize
Well,
the
what we've
commissions?
done is we've restructured our commissions because we saw that some of them just didn't have value anymore. They weren't meeting the needs. Their mission was outdated. So what we've done is we've created new mission statements for these new commissions and said, okay, we need to do this for these veterans. Women veterans, never
women
more.
veterans.
Absolutely now. There was not enough infrastructure there to serve the women veterans and their needs. We're doing that now. So the American Legion isn't resting, sitting still, Tom. We're moving forward, and we're going to take care of what they need. We're going out there saying, what do you need, and trying to figure out how to do it.
Can the newer GI reach into the VA and, I mean, not the Veterans Administration, but the American Legion, and find out what they're doing,
Absolutely.
knowing that maybe you're
Absolutely.
doing new things?
You bet. You bet. Any American Legion post, or there's I believe it's on my head. Well, there's probably around 14,000 Legion posts across the country, something like that, and a couple million members. So we have Legion facilities all over the country. And the nice thing, the good feeling is, Tom, you got people in Florida, in Rhode Island, in Maine, in California. We're all serving the veteran and the community that we live in. And we take a great deal of pride in that.
Okay, that's good. So they can reach out as well.
Absolutely.
I want to put this number up one more time for any veteran out there that's needing help right away. Call this number. Al, tell them once again where they'll be calling.
They'll be calling San Francisco. That's our headquarters. And they're not going to do it, but they're going to direct you. They know
Right.
where to send you to get the help you need. So they can send you to the Oakland office, or the San Diego, to the Los Angeles office, or they can hook you up with the VA facilities.
So getting in touch with them is part of the quicker fix that's happening right
Well,
now.
we're trying.
It's
We're
what,
wor-
well, it's
we're
what you
working
can
on-
do right at
Absolutely.
the moment.
Right.
And you're
The
taking all the
resources
steps.
available. You
Right.
bet.
Okay. And I want to thank you again for coming by, all that you do for the
My pleasure,
for the
and thank you for
local community.
let me talk about veterans to the folks out there.
Well, there's only 1% of the people that are serving right now, but 1% of the population. Think about that. And they're doing magnificent work, and we need to support them
You bet.
all we can. Thanks for watching TSPN's News. We'll see you again next time. You're watching Amador County's local television network,